देखिए, हिंडनबर्ग रिसर्च के बंद होने पर अर्थशास्त्री और बीजेपी के राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता संजू वर्मा ने कहा, जिस कंपनी ने बहुत आलोचना और अविश्वसनीयता झेली, हिंडनबर्ग अब आखिरकार बंद हो गई है। यह उन हालिया समयों के सबसे अविश्वसनीय शॉर्ट सेलर्स में से एक नाथन एंडरसन के करियर का भी अंत है, जिन्होंने हिंडनबर्ग की स्थापना 2017 में की थी। अब हमें कुछ बातों को स्पष्ट करना चाहिए। शॉर्ट सेलिंग एक वैध स्टॉक मार्केट गतिविधि है, लेकिन जो अवैध है वह है nugget short selling.
Much maligned and discredited firm Hindenburg has finally decided to shut down shop. This also brings to an end the career of one of the most discredited short sellers of recent times, Nathan Anderson, who set up Hindenburg only as recently as in 2017. Now let's get some things very clear. Short selling is a legitimate stock market activity. But what is not legitimate is naked short selling. What is naked short selling? Naked short selling means when you sell a stock or a security without having borrowed shares or without having arranged to borrow shares to deliver when the sale is settled. So naked short selling is not legitimate, and what Hindenburg did with a lot of stocks in the Indian stock market in the last couple of years was engaging in naked short selling, which is not only illegitimate, illegal in India, but is also largely illegal in a country like US. So first and foremost, Nathan Anderson was engaging in naked short selling of Indian stocks to run down the Indian economy and run down the Indian financial system. That is akin to economic terrorism, which was inflicted on the Bank of England way back in 1992 by George Soros when he shorted the pound sterling and broke the back of the pound sterling, forcing it to eject out of the ERM. Also, don't forget the Asian crisis of 1997, the currency crisis, was perpetrated by a short seller like George Soros. And that is exactly the playbook that Nathan Anderson followed. Don't forget, Nathan Anderson was not simply targeting Adani, which remains one of our biggest wealth creators. But Nathan Anderson also went to the extent of saying that SBI will collapse because of its disproportionate exposure to the Adani group. Whereas what is the truth? The truth is that in the last 4 years, SBI reported a net profit of rupees 1.63 lakh crore, which is more than the net profit made by SBI in the preceding 45 years. Again, Nathan Anderson and his discredited firm Hindenburg said that LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, is going to collapse. Now, what exactly is the truth? The truth is that LIC's exposure to the Adani group was barely 0.27% of its asset base. Don't forget, LIC has an asset base of more than $600 billion. SBI has an asset base of more than $782 billion. So each time Hindenburg was peddling gibberish and blatant lies about Indian financial behemoths like SBI or LIC, the malified intent was to run down the Indian economy and run down India's financial system. And guess what? Who was applauding Hindenburg and applauding Nathan Anderson and gobbling all the lies perpetrated by these discredited entities? It was none other than Rahul Gandhi. It was none other than the likes of Jairam Ramesh. It was none other than the likes of Akhilesh Yadav and the entire left-leaning cabal. So today, let me say this very clearly to every Charan Chumbak of Rahul Gandhi. Now that Hindenburg has decided to shut shop, now that Nathan Anderson says, oh, you know what? I've decided to close down my maligned outfit Hindenburg because we've finished the pipeline of projects that we were working on. That is as ridiculous a reason as it can get. The actual truth is that with the incoming Trump dispensation, it is feared that Nathan Anderson and his much discredited outfit Hindenburg are in for investigation and a thorough probe for engaging in naked short selling, not only related to Indian stocks, but also in many other parts of the globe. And don't forget one more thing, that, for everybody out there who keeps saying that, Hindenburg was only, short selling to make money. No, Hindenburg had a larger nefarious agenda. And I'll tell you what, Hindenburg sold Adani shares at the behest of an entity called Kingdon Capital, Kingdon. It's Kingdon, not Kingdom. Kingdon Capital, owned by Mark Kingdon. And Mark Kingdon's spouse Anla Chang is the owner of a Chinese digital news portal called SupChina. Now, Kingdom Capital and SupChina are financed by OCCRP. As you all know, OCCRP is largely financed by Open Society Foundation. And before you wonder why I'm giving these details, Open Society Foundation is basically the flagship arm of George Soros. So the chronology is clear. The short selling of Adani shares, the decision to bring down SBI LIC, the decision to peddle false narratives against SEBI, the decision to create mayhem in the Indian financial system, the decision to malign Narendra Modi was all a coordinated attempt, and not just an attempt, to make money by short selling a few stocks listed on the Indian Stock Exchange. There was a larger, more vicious agenda at play straight out of George Soros's playbook that Nathan Anderson and his maligned entity Hindenburg Research were following to the T. And now that the incoming Trump government and many congressmen have asked for a probe, don't forget Nathan Anderson is already facing a probe from the Serious Fraud Investigation Office of the United States government, and the incoming Trump dispensation, which is likely to open another investigation to probe the nefarious misdeeds of Nathan Anderson, has pushed him to finally shut down his discredited entity called Hindenburg Research, which was being applauded by just about everybody from the opposition, from Rahul Gandhi to the left, to the Samajwadi Party, to Mamata Banerjee, what have you. And today the opposition cabal has a nice big fat omelette on their faces, and Narendra Modi stands vindicated, the Modi government stands vindicated. What I find very, very appalling is this. How is it that when the IMF says India is the world's fastest growing economy, Rahul Gandhi and Jairam Ramesh have nothing to say? But if Hindenburg says that SBI is falling off the cliff, these people gobble Hindenburg's lies. When the World Bank says that digital India under Prime Minister Modi is moving from strength to strength with more than 48% of digital global financial transactions happening from India, you will never see Rahul Gandhi applauding this bit of news. But if Hindenburg says that LIC is falling off the cliff, and that to a brazen lie, you will see Rahul Gandhi completely digesting this gibberish peddled by a maligned entity. So the limited point is this: anything that is anti-India, anything that puts Modi government in bad light, but more importantly,